Goeiedag! Good day, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. And you gotta love the complete lack of logic. I mean, really, it is a beauty to withhold. And in the closing gambit in the attached video, in the interview, he says, tourist operators are going to see how wonderful Durban is. I'm not joking. And he's interviewing a lady who's from the Durban tourism area. And she says, this is a positive story. Does she not know what's going on outside in the city of Durban? I posted a video earlier today which shows all that. What about the water problems? All these tourist operators being told that they have to restrict their water usage because the water has been turned off and they're now depending on tanks in the hotels. I don't think that's a positive story. And if you walk around the streets of Durban, if you dare, there's crap all over the place. There's plenty of evidence of that, and I'll actually put a link down below so you can see the proof. But the spin is on. Everything is beautiful. Everything is wonderful. And the lady interviewed said, well, the reason things are going so wonderful with tourism in South Africa is because of 25 years of democracy. Now, I don't think there's anyone with a brain cell in their head on this channel who would refute that. They'd say, what about the corruption? What about the state-owned enterprises being run into the ground? What about BEE? You could point a stick at 100 different things that are why South Africa is imploding, but she's trying to make out like it's all going woo-hoo, crazy stuff. And she makes a comment, this is Durban! So, anyway, my point is that if I was one of those tourist operators visiting at the Indaba, going through what they've had to go through, I don't know how any ethical tourist operator could actually recommend South Africa as a tourist destination. And that's that is a tragedy. I'm not trying to be nasty. That is a tragedy. And one thing about this channel is I always say things as they are. And if you're in tourism, I feel very, very sorry for you, and I understand the issues you're facing. But look, the amount of crime, what's happened in Durban the last few days, it's not good. It's really not good. I really don't know what to add to that, because here's the interview anyway. And please remember to subscribe to be kept informed, and also ring the bell. So there's that little line on each side of it, and then you'll get all my video alerts when I publish a video. Okay guys, take care and have a lovely day.
Welcome back. Tourism is a big contributor to South Africa, to the South African economy. The sector has room to grow even further, creating much needed employment. It currently adds a total of 9% to the country's gross domestic product. Well, one of our popular destinations, the city of Durban, is hosting Africa's travel Indaba. Mawande Keswa is there for us and joins us live. Mawande, good morning to you. Talk to us about the countries involved here and what the theme is for this year.
Good morning, Cody. Well, yes, we are here at the Durban ICC, and the Africa Travel Indaba has kicked off. It is one of the largest tourism exhibition trades in the continent. To just answer your question, Xoli, I will speak to Winnie Mtunga, who is the Durban Tourism Deputy Head, and she'll expand further in terms of the theme and what Durban has to offer for the delegates who've descended onto Durban. We thank you for joining us, and if we could just start off with the theme for the Africa Travel Indaba this year, the 2019 edition.
All right, thank you very much, and good day to the viewers at home. Well, this year, as far as we are celebrating 25 years of democracy, that is basically what the holistic, theme is about in terms of showcasing and telling the positive story of Africa in as far as travel is concerned, because Africa, particularly South Africa, is rich with a lot of tourism attractions to showcase. And for us as Durban, our theme is to say, this is Durban, this is who we are in terms of showcasing our growth, what we are about, the different, type of experiences we have, the culture, the heritage, the lifestyle. So for us as Durban, we are saying to the delegates and everybody else who is a potential visitor, this is Durban. We are revolving, we are rapidly transforming in terms of improving in as far as our products are concerned and the experiences, because as Durban, the city of Durban, there's been a lot of capital investment into different projects, and a lot of them are going to be yielding fruition in like 4 months' time. And particularly within the promenade that we have in the beachfront, there's a lot of capital investment that has gone in there, and those are one of the key things in as far as tourism is concerned that has been recapitalized to say we are expanding on our tourism products.
Now, the Africa Travel Indaba continues to grow each year. What are the numbers that are expected in terms of the delegates for this year?
All right, for this year, from our information, it's like over 60 countries, just to start with countries on its own. So that must tell you the impact in as far as how many how much country representation is in Durban. And then as far as exhibitors are concerned, it's over 7,000. And then in as far as delegates are concerned, we're talking about like almost double that number, which is about between 14 and 16,000. So that for us as Durban is quite huge and quite significant, because it's going to have a huge positive impact in as far as the tourism industry is concerned. Already with those numbers, we are talking about an expectation of over 40 million rand in as far as direct spend. We're talking about an impact to the GDP of Durban, which is like 80 million. And then more than anything, it's to say the accommodation, establishment, hotels, B&Bs, etc., they are buzzing, they are full. The shuttle services, tour operators, as well as the attractions that we have in Durban, because that's the other important thing, that as the delegates come here, they visit the attractions, and they also, particularly the delegates which are buyers as well as media, they're able to, capture those attractions and write about them and package them if they're actually buyers. So for us as Durban, that is very significant, because we've got this opportunity to expose all those attractions, not within the city center or the CBD, but also outside of the city center, particularly in the townships, because when we say Durban is evolving, when we say Durban is developing, the development is not within only in the city center, but it's also in the townships. That is also where the city of Durban has invested a lot of capital in as far as, upgrading the infrastructure there, because it's about fusing the township feel with urbanization, but not losing the authenticity of that, what we have to offer as Durban.
Now, before I let you go, what are some of the key areas that are going to be discussed this year?
Okay, the key discussion elements for us is about reinvesting into our tourism space, reinvesting into our SMMEs in the tourism space, because the SMMEs in the broader economic spectrum of South Africa, they play a very critical role in as far as job creation is concerned. So now for us as tourism practitioners, it becomes important to say, how do we actually reinvest into those SMMEs in as far as supporting or providing an enabling environment and supporting them to be able to be part of the mainstream economy of the tourism sector. And secondly, to support them in as far as business opportunities, because you'll understand in the tourism sector, for you for your product to be known out there, you need to be out there globally, because that's where the consumers are, where the distribution channels is. So for us, it's about how do we actually expose the SMMEs into those opportunities, and also how do we develop the SMMEs, how do we train the SMMEs so that they are ready and they are at the global standard of being able to form part of the product packaging of Durban. Because as government, we do not own products, but the businesses own products. So it cannot always be established business. It has to also be the SMMEs in terms of also hidden gems, because in that way it's an expansion of the tourism product that we are saying as a destination we have to offer.
We'll leave it there for now. We thank you for your time. Well, Gol, you've heard there are about 60 countries, and the focus is on southern African countries at this moment in time. But the rest of the world is also here to witness what Africa has to offer as far as travel is concerned.
Wanda Keswa live for us at the Tourism Indaba taking place in Durban, that's in KZN.